And there are certain groups that are considered at risk for the coronavirus, and one of those groups we may not realize, people with diabetes. Doris Hobbs joins us live. Doris, how are people with diabetes more at risk, and how can they better protect themselves?
Well, I would have to say with diabetes, we have an autoimmune disease. So we already have something battling us, no matter what. So the coronavirus just adds more on to us of stress for us to be very proactive of that. One thing I would have to say is with diabetes, we're all testing ourselves differently. Some of us have our Dexcoms on our arms, some of us have sensors on our arms, and some of us are doing it the old-fashioned way with our Humalog pens where we have needles. So we have to be very careful about where we're testing ourselves and making sure that the needles and the environment that we're doing it in is clean as well. Because remember, that goes inside of us.
I was going to say, could you get a false positive, or could you actually infect yourself if you are not super protective about where you're putting that needle, right?
Well, yes, because you have to think about it. Like if you're at home, make sure you have like your little clean, safe spot where when you're going to be testing yourself. Like if you're doing the old-fashioned way where you're poking your fingers and drawing blood, you want to make sure you have a clean surface. You're washing your hands and all that stuff. If you have to go out to public and you feel like you have a low blood sugar or something and you have to test and take insulin, you got to make sure that you don't have people around you. You go by the guidelines and you keep the people away from you. Make sure you have a clean needle on and all that good stuff, because you just don't want to get into that.
I know we have a reporter here at the station, and she always makes sure that she has some juice just in case, just to make sure, especially in the times that we're in, to just have that backup plan in place, right?
Yes, always. Yeah. And we always have to be preventive. And this is even when we're not going through this, we always have to make sure that we're doing it in a clean environment as well, too. But it just adds that more cautious now where it's just like, is someone near me? Like, are they going to cough? Like, the scariness of that right now.
And are you seeing any kind of information that I understand that you're at a higher risk group, but have you seen any kind of data that that's translating into higher positive tests?
No, not that I know of. I mean, I do work with organizations like Beyond Type 1. They have some great information on their website. So that's beyondtype1.org. And then people with families, with youth, like children, Diabetes Youth Family. So that's dyf.org. They have some great information that can actually, clarify that with stats and what's going on with that situation.
And just to clear up a myth, during these times, are you more at risk of getting sick?
Well, with diabetes, it's always one of those things where it's just like, I know if I'm getting sick and I know when something's wrong, my blood sugar numbers will just be out of control. And that's what I'm always telling people right now. If we have to be, staying home, our numbers as diabetics are going to be all over the place. They're not going to be, because our lives are disturbed right now. So with gyms being shut down, we can't go and work out. So we have to be very creative on what we're doing. So we have to make sure that, we're not eating a lot of carbs. We're not sitting down too long. We got to be active. We got to be moving around. And if our numbers start getting out of control, we need to basically figure out solutions, because each diabetic knows their routine, they know their numbers, and then basically get that under control. Then at the same time, if the numbers continuously go out of control, then you need to go to your doctor and say, hey, I can't get this under control. What's wrong? Because I know if I'm catching a flu or a cold, my numbers are out of control.
And I was going to say, it's really a challenging time to make sure, especially with the gyms closed, which helps moderate,
Yep.
the entire immune system. So it's really a challenging time for almost everyone like that.
Well, I say go outside. I mean, right now the weather is really cold, so you're kind of in that, situation. It's like, well, do I want to go out in the cold weather and try to work out, or do I want to, because I can't do the gym. So I mean, people that are blessed that have like treadmills in the garage, you might want to pull them out and start using them. You know what I'm saying? But it's just for the fact that, if you're going to have to go outside, bundle up and stay away from people. Just completely like keep your distance away from people and just walk for 30 minutes and just at least get some kind of cardio.
Well, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.